What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today's Boxing Day, first day of the lockdown. Things have been pretty wild the last couple of days. Came home Christmas Eve after spending some time with my family. My back door was unlocked. I think one of my roommates may have forgotten to lock it, and then, over the course of time, I forgot to check it while they were gone. So, I checked the whole house and nobody in here, but all of a sudden I start hearing footsteps everywhere. It could be one or two things, or three things actually. The obvious, it's an old house, creaks and cracks and groans. Two, somebody could have been in the house and just hiding really fucking good. Or three, which is one of the more obvious ones because of the videos that I've released on my TikTok, the house is haunted. So that was creepy. On top of that, this morning I go to wake up, I walk out of my room and it's freezing cold. And I'm like, that's fucking weird because the heat's on. It's really warm in my room. My door's been closed all night, So I come out and I look, my front door is open, fucking wide open. I'm going, well, shit. Either someone broke in or the wind took it, and it wasn't closed properly and it was open. Either way, it was open all night. So I go check all around the house and everything's good, nothing's missing. I don't know, it's been pretty creepy. It's the way life is. At least I live in a good neighborhood where people don't see an open door and just come in and do whatever. So on to the next thing. Christmas was amazing. It was just myself, my dad, my stepmom, my two sisters, my uncle, my grandmother. It was really good. I got to spend a lot of time with my baby sister, seeing her open her presents, and then, the 15-hour game of Monopoly. We stayed up till I think 1 a.m. Usually it's a lot later, but because, COVID and stuff, not a lot of people came over. This is my first Christmas since I've been out of jail. Last Christmas was pretty hard, being incarcerated, not being able to see my family. Something that kind of got me thinking was I went to go get a package from the shelter that I was staying at. I seen somebody on the corner and, they're out there begging for change still. It really hit home, to realize that obviously I'm in a good place now. I got a spot to live. There are still people out there struggling. I'll never forget that. I didn't forget. I just get so caught up in my own thing. I kind of want to figure something out, a way to give back to the community. We're going to do this 10-part series dedicated to looking into the homelessness and addictions here in Niagara and what the government is doing and not doing to combat that, and what it's doing to help or not help, I guess, folks that are stuck in a constant cycle of addictions and mental health and chronic homelessness. So as all you I'm sure know, on your social media, on Facebook, there's that little the marketplace, lots of different groups, Niagara Marketplace, all that stuff. But anyways, there's a couple different giveaway groups, and I follow them, because at one point I was homeless and I didn't really have anything. So I follow those groups to see if I could get something for free that would help me out. So there was someone posting on Christmas Day asking for Christmas dinner for him and his 3 children because he's on disability and due to COVID he can't work or something along those lines. There was a few comments, kind of rude comments about,
well, why did you wait so long? Why are you asking only now?
I kind of commented and said, my piece. So I go back to see the post and what's going on, and it's been deleted. And then 20 minutes after that, I see somebody, a post inside the group, and it said,
beware of this person, they're scammers, their names will be in the comments.
So I go into the comments section, and it's a screenshot of this person's Facebook profile. I comment on it and I say, listen, how do you know that this person's a scammer? It doesn't really make sense to me. What kind of proof can you provide? And they go,
well, we've had multiple people come forward and say that they're scammers.
And I go again, can you explain to me or show me some kind of proof that this person's a scammer? And they say,
well, they ask different groups for different things.
And I go, okay, so you're gonna tell me that someone's a scammer because they couldn't find anything for their family by Christmas Day, and then Christmas Day comes around and they put another post up hoping and praying that somebody helps them out into a group that is dedicated for that exact reason, to help people that don't have things, that need help, and you're gonna sit there and put that person on blast because you assume that they're a scammer because they ask for things in different groups. Maybe they're doing that because they can't find someone in one of those groups. And it blows my mind how disgusting people can be. How do you know that's not that person's last straw? Put yourself in that person's shoes. I would fucking lose my mind. Like a few months ago, when I was really bad, mentally, I honestly, this probably would have either ended up putting me in the hospital or maybe costing my life. How would you feel? You woke up the next day after putting that person on blast for being a scammer, even though you don't actually know if they're a scammer, and you've seen that person took their own life and they reached out to a group that was meant for that reason, and that group turned around and made them look like a terrible person. On Christmas Day, of all days, people need to realize that without solid proof and a solid foundation, you cannot turn around and put someone on blast and make them out to be a horrible person when you don't know for a fact. Because there are people out there who will take their own lives due to that. On all days of the year, you decide to do that on Christmas, not knowing all of the fucking facts. Especially if that person was to turn around and take their own life. Or take somebody else's life because they snapped and they couldn't take it anymore. One thing that, I think that a lot of people are starting to forget, especially now, is compassion and understanding is a very important thing. And without that, we become monsters. This isn't the only time that I've seen it. I've actually myself been a victim of it. And I go onto the person's profile and the person has multiple posts. They sell masks and whatever for COVID. Nowhere on their profile was there pictures of children or, whatever. There was none of that. So I comment and I say something about how, it's disgusting to me that somebody can just, make a comment like that out of the blue. And I swear to God, I went to bed and I woke up and there was fucking 50 comments at least of people attacking me for not even taking someone's side, just telling that person, that first person that made a disgusting comment, that they need to wake up and stop doing shit like that. They started attacking me over it and made me feel like the lowest of the low. They were basically saying that I'd take sides of pedophiles and shit. And honestly, if anybody on this fucking channel that's subscribed here or is watching this video knows my story, I'm the last person that would take a pedophile's side, considering the fact that I went through abuse as a child myself. We need to really wake up and understand that social media is kind of turning people into monsters. I'm sure a lot of these people that make these comments are only doing it because they have nothing better to do with their time, especially during the holidays. I know Christmas is over, but in your everyday life, why can't you just flip the script and just be compassionate towards somebody? You see somebody, on the side of the road begging for change, instead of making a mockery of them or telling them, get a fucking job. I'm not saying go out and give these people money. If you catch yourself being an asshole, flip the script. Let's use that example. If somebody's begging for change and you think that they're just getting that money to go out and spend it on alcohol or drugs or whatever, maybe try to understand, but why are they doing that? Why are they addicted to whatever they're addicted to? Why can they not get a job? Maybe there's something so far gone in their head, they can't live a normal life. It costs $0, okay, to be a decent human being. $0. So I'm gonna challenge all of you guys. For 1 week, go out at least once a day. Give some random stranger a compliment. That's it. It's that easy. And when you're done doing that, come back to this video and comment. And tell me what changed in your life after a week. Because I guarantee you, for a week straight, you do that once a day, and your life will start getting so much easier. You will find that, you're not always stressed out because you're worrying about fucking this person, that person. You're not always out there looking for the bad shit that somebody else is doing. Instead, you're looking at all the good stuff that's going on around you. You could say, hey, lady, your fucking makeup looks beautiful today. Just give them that compliment. Because it costs $0 to do that. Every compliment that you make towards somebody, you never know. That could be the one thing that takes them off the ledge. A few months ago, I was on my way to go do something really stupid. I was at my wit's end, and on my way there, somebody stopped, and I don't know how they knew, but you know, they're just like,
Hey man, do you want a cigarette?
never met this fucking person in my life. I was like, yeah man, can I have a cigarette please? So I have a cigarette with this person. We start talking. He says,
You know what man, you're a good dude. Have a good day.
and he left. And I'm telling you right now, that one little thing, that one minuscule thing, may seem so tiny to you. You may not even think about it. Was the one thing that talks me off that ledge. So please, I ask you for 1 week, go out and give people compliments. Once a day, just one compliment. I challenge you. Do that for me. Thank you all guys for tuning in again. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that little bell button beside the subscribe button. That way you get notified every time I upload. And continue to be wonderful people. I love you all. Peace. Just give them that compliment.